This is the presentation for children. It's split into two moments. You might roll one into the other, depending on the time that you have. So this is how you would present it to the children. You remember that after Easter we thought about the light of Christ, the light of Jesus, and how that light spread throughout the whole world. It's the light from the Paschal candle that reminds us of Jesus. Here's a miniature Paschal candle. And what do we have on it? Let's see if you remember. The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And a sign of the cross and the year that we are currently in, 2024. We also have this baptism candle that's used in the ceremony. It's a miniature version of it here. And once the Paschal candle is lit, then this candle at a certain moment in the ceremony is lit and given to the godparents, the parents, to hold on your behalf if you're a little baby, if the baby was a little baby. Of course, if someone's older when they're being baptized, they can hold it for themselves. So we have a baptism font as well. This is our little sample of a baptism font. In the church, we've got some pictures around the room. Perhaps as a teacher you might have some pictures of different fonts close by and the children can turn their eye towards that. We have a baptism font with water in it, and it reminds us of when God came into our lives every time you see a baptism font. We also have the white garment. So every time a person is baptized, they wear a white garment. And this is like a sample, a mini sample of a child's white garment, a baptism garment. And it's showing on the outside what's happening on the inside when a person is baptized. Then we have the scriptures are always close by. The book of the scriptures, which has the word of Jesus in it, of course, and that Jesus is the light of the world. So when we're baptized, we are like sheep. We become, in a way, the sheep of Jesus. And we have a light on our path. And when that light comes, we can actually see things that we didn't see before, understand things that we didn't understand before. Like Jesus, he's our shepherd and he knows us all by name. He looks after the sheep and he protects us because we belong to him. As well as the light and the white garment, we have water. And what does it remind us of? What would happen to a plant or an animal or even ourselves if we didn't have water to drink? It's a sign of life. Water is a sign of life. And the water is in the special container, the baptism font. And they come in all shapes and sizes. So before a person is baptized, there's a special gesture that the priest makes over the water. And it symbolizes the Holy Spirit coming down on the water. And then the water is poured on the child's head 3 times. So the child's name is mentioned. Jane, I baptize you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Your name is heard first, and then God's name. There's 3 names, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. 3 persons in one God. So it goes like this. If we put your hand like a little fist, Jane, I baptize you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So you might like to use these things. They're going to be in the corner of the room, close to the prayer space, and perhaps you can actually practice and see what it feels like when you feel that nice cool water on your fist. And you repeat the words. I baptize you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Of course, you're not actually being baptized at that moment because it's not being baptized. You're not being baptized yourself. It's just you're just pouring water on your hand and you're using a name, maybe not your name, any name will do. The second moment is about the baptism oils. So we also have in the classroom 2 little jars of oil. One of them is fragranced oil and the other contains oil that is not fragranced. It's just plain olive oil. So one of these has got olive oil in it, and I'm going to find out by smelling it. Yes, that's the one with olive oil. And then this one has got a fragrance to it, I think. Yes, that's definitely the fragranced oil. And that's called the oil of chrism, and the other one is called the oil of catechumens. So the oil of catechumens is used before the child is baptized. The priest will take some of that oil on his thumb, and then he will use that to make the sign of the cross on the child's chest. And it's a sign of power, protection, and strength that the Holy Spirit will bring. Then the second oil is used after the baptism, and it's a fragranced oil. It reminds us of joy and radiance and the Holy Spirit in a special way. And he will take a little bit of that on his thumb and he will make a sign of the cross on the child's forehead. So those are the 2 oils that are used. And they both symbolize in different ways the Holy Spirit that's going to come or has come. So you can do this work whenever you'd like. What you simply need to do is to take one of the oils, and you won't know which one it is. Even I forget when I just look at it like that. I don't know which one it is now. And gently open it. You just bring your nose close to it and work out whether you think that one is the oil of catechumens or whether it's the oil of chrism. And just to confirm then, you gently open up the other one and just hold it close to your nose and smell to see if that's the fragranced oil that symbolizes the joy and the gladness of baptism. You replace it. Usually we'll have a tissue or 2 there, so after that you can wipe your hands if they become a little bit oily, and you can also wipe your hands on this if that helps. And when you've done the baptism on the fist, you can also dry your hands with this little towel. And then you introduce to the children the possibility of matching charts, which I'm not going to present in this same presentation. We'll do them in another moment. But then the children learn to match the symbols and the words if they're in kinder or year 1. And then it gets slightly more complex as they're moving up through the grades, and they're focusing again on baptism with different kinds of charts relating to the actual ceremony, the rites, and the items used in baptism.